I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you so much. We'll start this evening with the roll call. Ms. Vlasios. Governing Board President Denise Reeves. Here. Governing Board Clerk Dr. John Sparks.
Present.
Governing Board Member Anthony Bruno.
President.
Governing Board Member Amy Petersburg. Here. Governing Board Member Raul Rodriguez.
Present.
District Administration Superintendent Dr. Manuel Valenzuela.
Present.
Chief Financial Officer Vicente Yu. Here. Assistant Superintendent Ernie Robinson. Absent. Assistant Superintendent Brett Locker.
Here.
Assistant Superintendent Scott Nash.
Here.
Thank you very much. We'll move on to the approval of the agenda. Dr. Valenzuela.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, President Reese, members of the board. At this time, I would recommend approval of the agenda as it was revised.
We have a recommendation. Do we have a motion?
So moved. Second.
It's been properly moved and seconded. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, we'll proceed to vote. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Thank you very much. Approval of the minutes. Dr. Valenzuela.
Yes, ma'am. President Reese, members of the board, in your packet, you have draft copies of the minutes from the regularly scheduled meeting of the board back on January 8th, 2025, and after your review and consideration as your recommendation.
We have a recommendation. Do we have a motion?
So moved.
It's been properly moved and seconded. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, we'll proceed to vote. All in favor say aye. All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Ratification of the vouchers. Ms. Huey.
Good evening. Tonight I recommend payroll vouchers number 14 and 15. No new payroll for a total payroll of $3,850,210.18. Additionally, I recommend expense vouchers 1050 through 1059, ratification of $4,506,509.65 for a grand total of $8,356,719.83.
Thank you. We have a recommendation. Do we have a motion?
So moved. Second.
It's been properly moved and seconded. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, we'll proceed to vote. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Thank you. Superintendent reports. Dr. Valenzuela.
Thank you very much, President Reese, members of the board. I have a few items to share with the board and public today. First, I'd like to remind you that the semester is in full swing, full speed. If you hadn't noticed, Kindergarten Roundup is already coming up in the next month. So if you know the youngest of our young that are ready to go to school, we will be having those events next month. Also, I would be remiss, and I interject at this point only because I don't want to forget to extend gratitude. After 14 years in the Sahuarita district and a 28-year career total as a public school educator and Brett, all I can do is say thank you for your service, thank you for everything you've done to advance the mission of this noble work that we do. Speaking of that noble work, I never cease to get great information about the accomplishments of our students, and it makes me so proud. I just learned that several of our students in the fine arts participated in the Southern Regional Honor Band Orchestra and Choir tryouts, I guess is what they're called. And they're competing and performing high-level music from schools, against schools from all over the region, the southern region of Arizona. And we had 39 students at both Walden Grove and Sahuarita high schools who qualified for, I call it the All-Star Band. We had 5 alternates, and we had 3 students, Anya Merton, Esteban, Alejandro, and Celeste Barrett, that they got the top scores out of everybody for their respective instruments. So our students always make us shine in a very special way. Speaking of shining, I also had the chance yesterday to attend the annual Sahuarita Unified School District Spelling Bee. And God, I want to say there were probably 15 or 20 students that went this in the Pima County. Congratulations in first place, Whitney Brown, second place, Cruz Curtis, and in third place, I believe it's Sri, Nihal, and more. And these students are representing us with excellence as well. And speaking of excellence, it is at this time my pleasure, or maybe I've extended maybe I need to go to an agenda item that's already on there, but we have a pretty special board in addition to special young people, but I think I'll conclude my report and wait for that item on the agenda.
Thank you, Dr. Valenzuela. Governing board reports. Dr. Sparks.
Thank you. I think I'll just give a quick report today, but just gratitude to Mr. Bonner. I think I was one of the very first parents that Mr. Bonner met when he came into the district, when he became the principal of Ponza Trail School. And then he often reminds me that I was in flip-flop shorts, a t-shirt, and a monster in one hand. So that's how I met me. Drop my kids off in the morning. So thank you for your service and time in public education and services for university.
Mr. Rodriguez.
Thank you, Madam President. I'd just like to follow in Mr. Sparks' footsteps there. Thank you, Brett. Really enjoyed our conversations, and I hope to see you in Rocky Point.
Yes, definitely.
Bless.
Mr. Bruno.
Yeah, first I'd like to say I was invited to attend our school's social workers meeting at the admin building last week. I was greatly impressed with our staff and what was going on there. The other thing that impressed me is how many people we have, how many staff we have involved in social emotional support for our students. And the room they were in was the old boardroom, and we had staff standing through the meeting. So there was a lot of dedication for our students. As for you, Mr. Brett, I have to say I met Brett and invited him on a tour of some of the southern areas, and I had Brett going through barbed wire fences in an old beat-up truck, along with our board president, and touring places like Arivaca and cemeteries and some of the old ranch houses, and their willingness to go out and see where people come from and what else in the community was special. So thank you.
Ms. Petersburg.
Positive, professional. Thank you. You've given to us all these years, so thank you, and good luck on your next adventure. And don't forget us, please. Come back. You're welcome.
And it's hard, as Dr. Valenzuela said, there's so many amazing things going on in this district. So I just picked a few from the past few weeks. The job fair that we had this past weekend was wonderful. It was just so inspiring to see teachers coming in, applying to work in our wonderful district. So positive. So thank you for everyone that set that up. That was amazing. And then the Next Steps night at Walden that was held a few weeks ago was the first one. They're going to try to do it every year. It was incredible. There were recruiters from the military there. There were scholarship opportunities, representatives from the colleges, and then teachers there talking about all of these amazing classes and spread the word. I mean, we have so many CTE and honors and dual enrollment and AP. It's incredible. And even I've been with this district forever. I didn't even know how many that we had until I concentrated and looked at it. It's just incredible. So please spread the word on that. They're going to have it every year, so Walden did a phenomenal job. And then attending the extracurricular activities, just seeing the kids and the sporting events playing with fire and heart and just pouring their whole soul into games. And then sitting back and looking at those coaches and the band directors and the advisors classes and Stuco and ACTEC and everything. And they're teachers, they're sometimes parents too. And just want to give a big shout out to all of them for their dedication to teach our students not only the activity, but also the life skills. So it's just so heartwarming. So just thankful for the opportunity to be part of all of that. Thank you, ma'am. Wanted to share.
Thank you very much. So I want to put a shout out to our high schools really quick. Last night, I believe, was future freshman night at both high schools. I have a freshman entering Sahuarita High School next year, so I was present at that one. My understanding is the Walden Grove event also went extremely, extremely well. So thank you to our high school staffs, teachers, staff, administration for putting that together. It was really a phenomenal evening. And then, of course, I would be remiss, but also Brett for his service. Most recently for checking calendars with me for very odd, weird things and helping me work through it for when my worlds start to collide, it gets a little strange. But you did that like a champ, and I think. And so we'll be missed. We are grateful we've got Ms. Robinson. And that concludes my report. So next, we'll move on to recognition of staff, students, and community. We'll start with our community members. Dr. Valenzuela.
Thank you. And I guess it'll allow me a chance to kind of not get ahead of myself or catch up from where I got ahead of myself. But I'm really proud to make this next presentation. And I will tell you in full disclosure that in a conversation with Dr. Sparks, I told him that the agenda would be involve recognition of the board. And he said, oh, why are you going to do that? You don't need to do anything. But really, we are very grateful for these elected public officials who are elected by all of you to serve you to advance this noble work of public education. And the Arizona School Boards Association, which is a state association that supports districts all across the great state of Arizona, they have a special award called the Total Board Award. And it recognizes excellence in board service. And the unique thing about it is that this is in honor of not just one board member, but all 5 of them for making a shared commitment, ongoing professional development, training workshops to continue to grow as board members so that they know about the role of governance, the important role that they feel, that they were elected to fulfill, so that they are aware of the latest policy and law implications so that they can be the best public servants for all of you. And we have amazing people here. They received their award out of town formally in December at the Arizona School Board Association conference in Phoenix. But I wanted to make sure that they were recognized here with our people in our community. And by the way, while I'm mentioning that, I don't know if all of you knew that January is, across the country, is School Board Recognition Month. And the proclamation says to recognize school board members for their work and commitment to public schools. And so I'd like to thank, on behalf of our entire community, these elected officials for their time, and it's lots, their sacrifice, their heart, and their dedicated service. So Dr. Sparks, Mr. Rodriguez, Bruno, Ms. Petersmark, and Ms. Reese, I think we thank and honor them. We also have a little gift for them, so I'd like them to kind of stand up, come around. We have the plaque, and Amber, if we could take a quick picture. So why don't you all come around, stretch for a little bit? Yes. Maybe they could stand out front over here. That would be all right. All right, big smiles. Hey, one more applause, please, everybody. Thanks to all of you. Good food. Who said? John. Thanks to all of you.
Thank you very much. We are going to move on to our staff awards for our January Team Member of the Month. Dr. Valenzuela.
One of the things I truly love about the culture of this community and our board and the way that this board conducts business is that they are totally accepting and, in fact, very supportive of taking usually the majority of the time for what's a business meeting to recognize the amazing people, our students, our staff, our community members, our volunteers, because I think it really is a hallmark of our community culture and how we're able to together move this work forward in support of these amazing young people. So we will begin this evening with the recognition of yet another member of our dedicated support staff team. And these folks are a vital link to advancing this work we do. And to tell us about another amazing support staff team member here at SUSD 30, Mr. Downs.
Thank you, Dr. Valenzuela. As always, we have about 850 employees. Half of them are support staff. It's very hard to pick just one of them. This month's recipient, I couldn't speak enough about personally as well. She's a class act, but without any further ado, it is my pleasure to read this nomination from Mr. Luis Saenz, principal of Sahuarita Intermediate School. Mr. Saenz has nominated Sandra Steely as the Sahuarita Unified School District Support Staff Member of the Month.
Yay!
Mrs. Steely goes above and beyond to engage students in the library, creating exciting and fun projects that spark their interest. She's always ready to assist fellow staff members and teachers with any questions or needs, offering support whenever she can. Outside of the library, Mrs. Steely helps supervise recess, ensuring our Bobcats are safe and having fun. She consistently recognizes students who follow school rules, reinforcing a positive and safe environment. If that's not enough, Mrs. Steely assists students in small math groups, reinforcing lessons taught in the classroom. She also manages most of the technology at SIS, working closely with the SUSD IT department and our technology assistant to keep our Chromebooks functioning smoothly for student use. During her remarkable 24-year tenure as our school librarian, Mrs. Steely has coordinated countless book fairs and inspired a love of literacy in our community. Over those 2 decades, her efforts have raised more than $106,000 to benefit our Bobcats. Mrs. Steely truly exemplifies her love and dedication to SIS in everything she does. Again, Mrs. Sandra Steely as a support staff member of the month.
Sandra, you are amazing.
Thank you so much.
So I just want to put an extra special shout out to Mrs. Steely, having been a volunteer for multiple of those book fairs while my children were attending SIS, and working with her to help outfit her library to where it was actually functional for her kiddos and everything else. I so appreciate you and everything that you do for those students at that school. So thank you. We'll move on to our volunteer recognition for this year, or for this month. Dr. Valenzuela.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, President Reese, members of the board. This was a program that existed, and then it kind of went away during that COVID thing, and now we're bringing it back, and I'm really glad because, you know, when I think of the word volunteer, it's synonymous with service by definition, right? It's giving of yourself. You're not getting paid. You're doing it because you want to give and you want to serve and you want to make a difference. So it's a worthy award in line with, I think, the culture of our community and the vision of this board. I believe Mr. Downs is going to tell us about yet another amazing volunteer who's making a real difference.
Thank you, Dr. Valenzuela. This recognition comes from principal at Walden Grove High School, Mrs. Miller. It is with great enthusiasm that we recognize Matt Sonora as the Walden Grove High School Volunteer of the Year. For the past 8 years, Matt has dedicated his time, energy, and expertise to coaching the freshman football team, making an immeasurable impact on our school community. Matt serves as the associate head freshman coach and specializes in coaching the offensive line. His commitment to developing young athletes goes far beyond teaching football fundamentals. Matt spends countless hours watching film, analyzing plays, and tutoring players, ensuring that each student not only improves on the field, but also develops skills like discipline, teamwork, and perseverance. What truly sets Matt apart is his unwavering positivity. He comes to school every day with a smile on his face and in his heart, inspiring players and staff alike. His dedication is even more remarkable considering that his 2 students graduated from Walden Grove High School years ago. Matt's continued involvement is a testament to his genuine love of our school and his desire to see our students succeed. Matt Sonora embodies the spirit of volunteerism and commitment. Again, Mr. Matt Sonora as our Volunteer of the Year.
Yay. Thank you for serving us. It hasn't had dinner yet. I think you're right, Lizette.
Right. Moving on. We are now at our student awards for January. Dr. Valenzuela.
And again, this is our leader and character recognition, which I would say is one of the most special, one of the more distinguished honors that students in our district can receive. Because first of all, straight from the board. Second of all, it represents something that we believe is critical and vital. That part of the education process is developing good citizens, students who are good examples for others, and students of high character. It's interesting, I'm looking at the list of students that are being recognized in this month. Again, 1 or 2 from each school, depending on the school. And I see students that are distinguished in so many ways, athletically, academically, in service, in student council, in their church and community. I know several of them. And it just makes me really proud and honored to recognize them. We have a student here this evening that is a national, that's right, national champion in the ROTC Raider competition. We have another student on this list that was one of like an infinitesimal percentage of the United States population that scored a perfect score on the SAT last year. Our students are amazing. And thank you, mom, dad, aunt, uncle, nana, tata, everybody that came tonight, because family is the greatest teacher and success is a team effort. So we join with you as a member of your team in honoring these amazing young people. And to honor them, we have a framed certificate, a letter signed by me, and a gift card from Barnes & Noble as a token of our acknowledgement and our appreciation for their amazing accomplishments. And we know that they're going to continue to do great things. I think Ms. Petermark's going to do the honors. When your name's called, please come down, receive your award, and Mr. Bonner, for the last time. Next time we'll have to have Robinson do it. But he's going to set you up over there. I'm sure you've taught Miss Robinson well. And we'll take a nice picture, and the newspaper will share it with the entire community. So we begin with the leader in character from Sopery Elementary School. Congratulations, Graham Goodmanson. Whoa. And we'll now move on to Onza Trail School, where we have two honorees, an elementary level and also a middle school level. So we'll begin with our elementary leader in character from Onza Trail School. Congratulations, Exor Martinez. And our middle school leader in character from Onza Trail School is a 7th grader. Congratulations, Angel Rodriguez Contreras. Come on down. And we'll now move on to Sahuarita Intermediate School, where it is my pleasure to recognize their leader in character, 5th grader Mateo Caposella. Oh, I missed one. This is my night for getting ahead of myself. I can't control my excitement. I missed the leader in character from Sahuarita Primary School. But it is my honor to recognize the SPS leader in character, who is 2nd grader Kai Pudlow. Kai. All right, we now go to Copperview Elementary School, where our leader in character is another 1st grader. We've had 3 1st graders tonight. Congratulations, Georgia Venegas. Georgia. Way to go. Way to go. We're now at Wrightson Ridge, which again is kind of 2 schools in one, an elementary and a middle component. We'll begin with elementary leader in character. Congratulations, Emma Landeros. Congratulations to Emma. And it is now my honor and pleasure to recognize the Wrightson Ridge School Middle School leader in character. His name is Robert Taylor. Robert. Keep up the good work. All right. We'll move back on this side of the street to Sahuarita Middle School's leader in character, another 8th grader. Congratulations, Jonah Horvath. Jonah. And we now go to our leader in characters from both of our traditional high schools, Sahuarita High School first, and then Walden Grove High School. Both of our students in high school this evening are seniors. Our first leader in character from Sahuarita High School, Kimberly Allen. Where are you going to school next? Good job. By the way, if you want Kimberly's autograph, she scored a perfect score on the SAT. Yeah, yeah. And our next honoree is from Walden Grove High School, also a senior. Congratulations, Michael Daly. And if you still got your pen handy, this young man is a national NJROTC Raider champion. And we round out our celebration this evening with our honoree from Sahuarita Digital Pathways Academy, which is again our fully online, fully accredited school, SDPA. And our honoree this evening is a 6th grader. Congratulations, Reynaldo Montes de Oca. Reynaldo! These are the future leaders of America, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know about you, but I'm pretty optimistic about the future, don't you think? If any of you would like to come down, we'll take kind of a little mini break. And after we take the pictures, this is an appropriate time. Thank you for being here, braving the hail, the rain, everything else. I know you probably got homework and chores and stuff. So if you need to leave, it's totally okay after you take the pictures. And thank you for making the effort to be here and for all you're doing for your kids. Do. Go. And it's on the worst weather night. Maybe it needs to hail more often. Yeah. Hey, good to see you. De nada. Gracias a usted por todo lo que hacen, el apoyo a su hijo. El futuro, ahí está. You know what? They do it digitally, but you know what? I'll be glad to get you one if you want one. Can we get her a copy of the newspaper? Yes, Betsy will make sure you get one. You got it. You got it. There's going to be amazing. Bright future. Keep up the good work, all y'all. You know what? It's good. Healthy sibling rivalry. That's right. Oh, thank you. Thank you for all you do.
All right, we will jump back into the minutia here. So, Ms. Palacios, do we have any public? Okay, good. Moving on to the consent
The
agenda.
consent
Holy cow.
agenda, yes. Um,
Yeah, Dr. Valenzuela.
yes, ma'am. You have a list of routine consent matters that may be considered in one motion, and I do recommend approval of the consent agenda in its entirety at this time.
We have a recommendation. Do we have a motion?
So, second.
It's been properly moved and seconded. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, we'll proceed to vote. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Okay, we are at possible future agenda considerations. Does any board member have any item that they would like considered at a future meeting? Okay. Seeing none, we'll establish our next board meeting of February 12th here in the Sahuarita District Auditorium, Pod B. And details will be on the website. Then we are actually having an executive session this evening, so we'll get ready to move into that. And
Sorry,
I
ma'am.
always forget how to do this.
Yes, sorry, ma'am. Discussion and consideration of matters relating to school safety operations, school safety plans or programs. I would ask for a roll call vote to move into executive session. Ms. Reese?
Here?
Ms.
Oh,
Petermark?
sorry. Yeah, it's been a long day.
That's okay.
Sarah.
I took care of it. Ms. Petermark? Mr. Was that a yes? Thank you. Mr. Bruno?
Yes.
Mr. Rodriguez? And yes, for myself.
Thank you to Dr. Smarks
You're
for
welcome.
pulling my rear end out of the fire. So,
So
yeah, what
I would,
about?
I'll make the public statement that we'll move into executive session. No further public action will be taken this evening, and upon the close of the executive session, the meeting will be closed with no further action.
Yes, sir.
Then we often take a 5 minute if someone needs to go to the bathroom or
Yes.
something right now too. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much.